Hey ladies, hope you're doing well. There's a couple things that I wanted to do in this video with regards to our LinkedIn strategy. And what I've done is I started to create a spreadsheet here of hashtag LinkedIn hashtags. LinkedIn hashtags is sort of its own specific ecosystem. Hashtags on other social media platforms may not even exist on LinkedIn. It's just a totally different animal. So I started just brainstorming and going through a number of ideas, whatever. Ideally, when we create a post on your profile or on the business page, whatever you do, we should have about 3 to 5 hashtags. One hashtag will be the brand, which I think is hashtag the pillars MTL. Always, always, always. And then the other 4 can be content related. Now, what I've done is I started to build a list here of hashtags that I've gone to. And the only way to do this, there's no tool. LinkedIn is very secretive. You have to do this manually. So I'll show you what I do here. Let me just get rid of, move that over. Okay, I went in the search box and I put in hashtag corporate well-being. And that tells me there's 622 followers. Let me just show you what I did do. I did hashtag organizational. And you can see there's a bunch of suggestions here: organizational change, organizational development, lots of good ones here. I went through these: organizational leadership. And again, you ladies can do the same thing too. But one of the easy ways to sort of find hashtag terms that you may not be aware of is just go through the alphabet, put hashtag, start with A. I don't know if hashtag or organizational agility is something. Well, let's check it out. Let's just click on that. And what's going to happen is that, okay, we get 215 followers. If you want to record that, you can. So I just go back here and go in. And then I just copy the 215. Great. Okay, so here it's 215. Oh, 4. Okay, anyway, so I'm building this. So here's my suggestion, because you ladies know your business better than I do. But go in here and type in various terminologies that you think may have a following. Let's say I did change, and see, we got change leadership. So I just go through the alphabet. I just go A, change agent. Is that something that we may want to change? Accelerated, I don't know, change agility. Is that a term that is of interest? Then I put in B, nothing. I put in C. And I just go through the alphabet and I get all of these possible suggestions. Now, they don't give us a number right away. You got to click on it. And then, let's just see here. Let's just find a new one. It's a change for good. Is there a number? Okay, you've got 409 followers following that term. All right, so if you think it's worthwhile based on the content and your business, I would suggest that we keep a record of these. And you guys, you ladies can all just participate in this. All I'm suggesting is to sort of keep a list of this so that when we are creating content, we can choose and mix these up. The only one that we really are going to keep consistent is hashtag the pillars MTL. And that's for branding, because when you start building a following, people can then start following that hashtag and see all the content that we're putting out. Now, let's talk about the strategy for posting. Longer posts tend to work better than short ones. What I mean by that is try to entice people to click the more, so that they and that what it does with the Facebook or the LinkedIn algorithm is that if I see a posting, and what happens is that I read the first little bit and then I have to click more to read more. read the rest of it. And if I do click more, that tells the LinkedIn algorithm that this is of interest. People are clicking on the more. So what you want to try to do is entice them a little bit to click the more button. One thing we have to stay away from on LinkedIn is selling. Really, I think what will serve the pillars the best is to share experiences, share stories, share stories of other organizations, just change the name or keep them generic, but really comment on that. And then if you find other people that are also, and I know we do this quite a bit too, is we see some posts from other people that are, talking about organizational change and organizational culture and that on those topics, and we chime in. Again, do that, add a few hashtags. I wouldn't put the branding hashtag for when we're commenting on somebody else's stuff, but use the other generic ones that we use, that we're developing here. So as far as the strategy, I think if we can coordinate our LinkedIn posts, whoever wants to take charge of that, if it's you and you want to create a post, great. Let's create something. I know it's kind of late. You have your executive brief tomorrow, but we have 2 other events coming up. So let's think about that, create a post. But what we can do is share amongst the team what we're going to talk about. And then maybe different members of the team can put together a story or share an experience or comments or challenge it, whatever. Do that and pre-type it out and save it so that if the post goes out, let's say Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, for example, we know that that's happening. In fact, when you do write the post, when we write your hashtags, you can actually tag, and if you're writing it, tag Carolyn, tag the whole team and a few others to get and see that, could possibly comment, because if you tag people and then they come and comment, that helps. If you tag people and they don't comment, that hurts our reach. It won't go out as far. So there's a number of things. And now when somebody does comment, we have to respond and try to develop a conversation. Yes, I know we're all part of the same organization or affiliated with the pillars, but if it's good quality content without the selling, just basically sharing experiences, sharing stories, asking for more clarification on certain things, whatever the case may be, this will help the organic reach of that post. Now, this is a marathon. It doesn't happen overnight, but the thing is that as we increase our exposure organically, we can then work and increase our following. Now, here's a few other things that also help. We need to comment within 2 hours of the original post. When the LinkedIn algorithm sees that, it starts showing it to more and more people, not just so much the first degree, sometimes second, sometimes even third. And like I said, comments need to be sharing thoughts and stories and all that good stuff. Longer comments are better, so knock yourself out. There's nothing wrong with writing a full story, whatever. Like I said, this can be pre-written by the team ahead of time, so that when that post does go out, you just go to your little file, copy and paste, and put it on there, and add a few hashtags, whatever the case may be, and move on from there. So the whole key thing there is to promote, or a whole key thing there is to increase our organic reach. Now, as with regards to the types of visuals that we should think about, carousels or slideshow type of images are really good. That's another thing that's really effective right now. How long is that going to be? I don't know. Video is also very good as well. But the interesting thing is that if for an upcoming event, whatever, for the topic that we're speaking about, we could create a slideshow type of, or a carousel type of post where people can actually go and scroll through and get, the idea of what the topic is about and everything else. And then as we comment, that whole post and all the comments, whatever, start expanding in reach. So I'm rambling on, but basically this is what I'm suggesting. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts. If you do go and do your own little research on LinkedIn hashtags, the sweet spot is 500 to 100,000. If it's more or less, doesn't matter. Make a record of it so that we can then format these or filter these from lowest to highest. And we just pick random ones that are appropriate to the content that we're putting together, just to see. There's various people that are following these hashtags. So that type of content, sometimes even third degree content, third degree connections, or people that are three degrees separated from your profile. If they're following a certain hashtag, our post may get in front of them simply because they're following the hashtag. So that's something to think about. Anyway, that's that. I'm going to leave this with you. I'll give you access to this in Google, editor access. And anybody else who wants access to it can do that as well. If you have any questions or need clarification, by all means, let me know. And let's set one of the events coming up. Let's do a couple of tests just to see how much more organic reach we can get. Like I said, it's a marathon. It's going to take a while of doing this before we can really get things built up, but it will take some time. Okay, talk to you later.